Big news, though, this week as we dive in. Disneyland Resort has officially announced that they are coming back to life for the first time since the global pandemic shut it down. As we all have heard by now, hopefully, Downtown Disney District will return on July the 9th, and Disneyland's theme parks, Disneyland and Disney California Adventure, will be returning July the 17th, the anniversary of Disneyland, to be, I guess, symbolic as well as poetic. Tell me, Garrett Hassel, July 17th, big anniversary day. Are you surprised to see Disneyland announcing they are reopening then?
But I'm a little shocked just because July 17th, it's a big day. Of course, everyone wants to celebrate the 65th anniversary of the happiest place on earth. But I'm a little shocked. I thought it was going to be a lot later because like Walt Disney World, they waited a full month before announcing. Walt Disneyland's like, yeah, we'll be doing this in like a couple days. Don't worry about it. We'll get it going. So it seems a little rushed, but you know what? The Magic's reopening coast to coast now in that one weekend, the 15th through. I'm excited about that. I'm ready to see some magic going on because Disneyland is my home park. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Disneyland's my home park, and I love it so much. I'm truly jealous of those that get to go on Indiana Jones adventures.
The Big 6-5 is the anniversary this July 17th. We are thrilled to see Disneyland be returning, even in the middle of still dealing with the pandemic from coast to coast. And I know that Walt Disney World coming back on July the 11th. Katrina, you were one that was definitely sort of struggling with that idea of like, well, Disney can't open in like the same week, coast to coast, right? It's going to be chaos. It's going to be hard to control. It's going to be hard to maintain. And even that morning, as a matter of fact, when they had made the announcement, that morning, one of the local unions for Disneyland with all their cast members were giving an update saying Disney hasn't committed to a timeline yet. Disneyland doesn't really know when it's going to be reopening. But here are some of the things that we are going to put into effect for when things do come back online, likely by the end of summer. It was looking very much like a Disneyland reopening was going to happen maybe towards the end of summer, even beginning of fall. July 17th, what do you think?
I think it's nuts. Again, I think of, we were all talking about it and like, people were saying, wouldn't it be cool if they opened for the anniversary? And I was like, I think that's insane. Why would you do this? There'd be so many people that love Disney that can't wait to go back that are going to, again, they're going to have the reservation system. So they're not going to like bum rush Disney. But again, there are going to be people that are going to try to like, be outside Disneyland, be at Disney, downtown Disney. And so I just feel like that's like a huge day for things to open where, I'm thinking more of like the cast.
Sure.
Like I feel really bad for the cast that aren't really ready to go back because Disney World doesn't even know what it's going to be like yet. They're just going to be opening up on the 11th. So they're really going to have 6 days to figure out if this is going to work or not on the reservation system, on how many people to be let in, how this is all going to work out. And it's a lot, and I know a lot of cast members are worried. And at first I know like, it's kind of crazy how like Disney was like, oh, we're not going to open on the 17th or not. And then next thing you know, the cast members are like, oh, okay, cool. They're not going to open up on their anniversary. But then here they are like, hey, we're going to open up on our anniversary. Surprise.
It's happening after all.
And it's, and it's just, I just feel really bad for those cast members where, now they're not put in harm's way, but, they just
put in harm's way.
That's what it is. Put in harm's way. Yeah. I just feel really bad for them. I know they're not ready, but I know they want to go back to work and they want to bring back the magic. But I just feel like it's too soon.
And we definitely heard, as you had mentioned there, the reservation system going to be in place for this rollout of a phased reopening, much like we have seen them do with Shanghai Disneyland, and then, of course, what will be happening for Walt Disney World coming back online. The company has released the following in terms of the reservation system, and something that we also predicted was going to happen for Disneyland. They say, pending state and local government approvals, Disneyland Park and California Adventure Park will begin a phased reopening on July 17th, 2020. The Disneyland Resort will reopen with some important updates to promote physical distancing, including park reservations. Because theme park capacity will be significantly limited to comply with governmental requirements and promote physical distancing, we will manage attendance through a new theme park reservation system that will including annual pass holders to obtain a reservation for park entry in advance. Theme park reservations will be subject to availability. More details about this new reservation system will be available soon. They also say for new ticket sales, at this time, we are also temporarily pausing new ticket sales and annual passport sales and renewals. Additional details will be provided soon. And then, of course, with the hotels of the Disneyland Resort, they are coming on a little bit later in terms of the scheduled phased reopenings, saying that pending government approval, Disneyland Resort hotel guests will once again enjoy being immersed in the magic when Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa and Disney's Paradise Pier Hotel and Disney Vacation Club Villas at the Grand reopen to guests and members starting on July 23rd, several days after the theme parks reopen. The Disneyland Hotel will open at a later date and plans to support physical distancing as well as increased cleaning measures, along with a number of other health and safety protocols will be implemented as part of the phased reopening of our hotels and Disney Vacation Club. So, Tyler, we hear there that when it comes to annual passports, something that has been the life force for Disneyland for a number of years, number of decades now, the majority of people that seem to visit Disneyland and make up the bulk of their attendance have long been annual pass holders, locals here in Southern California. Knowing that they are now committing to not renewing anytime soon those annual passports, and that there's going to be reservations that will be required of both annual pass holders as well as theme park ticket holders. Is that something that you think is going to deter people from visiting?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it will probably, but I mean, there's so many things that are there to deter people from visiting right now. I can't see how else they're going to do this. I feel like they can't see how else they would do it. So it's kind of the lesser of all the evils. I feel like it, no matter what, there's going to be some type of inconvenience when it comes to this whole coronavirus thing. But that's just what we got to do to keep people safe. So I definitely see it deterring people from coming back, especially if they're going to, not have the fireworks and not have parades and things. It's like, a lot of people are going to be feeling like they're paying for a product that is going to be lesser, and that's their right to think that. But I've always been one that I think that just the health of people is the most important part. So I'm if we have to lose a little bit of Disney magic for a while, I can swallow that pill, and because I just want people to be safe.
Absolutely, and safety being the key ingredient here with all these theme parks reopening, not just Disney, but we've also seen SeaWorld, Universal Orlando, lots of different major theme parks coming back online and sort of restarting their engine, as it were. It also says here from the Disney company that additionally select attractions and certain experiences that draw large group gatherings, such as parades and nighttime spectaculars, as you had mentioned, Tyler, will return at a later date, and while character meet and greets will be temporarily unavailable, characters will be in our parks, they say, in new ways to entertain and delight our guests. The Disneyland Resort will also have capacity measures in place, as well as limitations on parking and operating hours. So we've already seen with Walt Disney World's sort of planned phased reopening that park hours are already dramatically reduced in scope, likely to be carrying over here to Disneyland as well. Very interesting, though, I jump back to the hotel aspect of this, where we see the Grand Californian is reopening, the Paradise Pier Hotel is reopening. The Disneyland Hotel was not even in the original announcement in terms of image, and they only called out the other two hotels, but not the namesake hotel. Katrina, what do you make of that? I think it's very odd that they're going gangbusters, reopening everything, except for that one hotel that bears the name of the whole resort.
Right? They said it was going to open up at a later date, but Tyler and I were joking around being like, they're not opening it because too many people are going to try to go to Trader Sam's and it's just going to be complete chaos.
Everybody's favorite bar.
Everybody's favorite bar. Everybody wants to go there and Steakhouse 55. We all know it. And then I honestly, deep down, I really wanted to have like a refurbishment happen. So like they're closing it down for a certain period of time because obviously they're not going to have like tons of people staying there at the moment. So they're able to like shut down the hotel and then actually like do a whole refurbishment on the hotel because it's in desperate need. That was like my dream. But I think it's really strange that they're not opening it for their 65th anniversary. It's weird.
Yeah, no, it's very odd. I completely agree, and refurbishment would have been a nice surprise. I totally subscribe to that. Yeah, and it's bizarre that not only was it not in the opening sort of announcement image, it had to be clarified later by Disney because so many people were like, what happened to the Disneyland Hotel? Why aren't you referencing the Disneyland Hotel? What's going on there? Garrett, being a former entertainment cast member, I was going to say, yourself, entertainment and characters, much like Walt Disney World, going to be drastically reduced in terms of meet and greets. We are seeing that based on the theme parks that have already opened out in Florida, that entertainment is being utilized in a variety of different ways still, just not in the ways that we are used to. What do you anticipate seeing for Disneyland and California Adventure in terms of entertainment that they will offer?
They're going to have to get really creative, but luckily Disney is the best in the business. I really think that what they're going to do is they might mic up some characters, such as maybe Captain Jack Sparrow's or the pirate that everyone knows now as Red. But there's definitely going to be some kind of social distancing going on. And luckily, when one is a performer, they are exploding with energy. So even if it's a wave, it's so much more than a simple wave. They're waving everywhere. So that way you can truly see the energy and the emotion behind that character. So it's going to be utilized in a very interesting way. Like characters like Groot, like he's so big that he'll be noticed, and I'm sure he can still interact with people in some way. Stitch, him being a big old ball of energy, he can still roll around. I wouldn't be surprised if when people are walking into Main Street, if you see many of the characters on the train station waving and interacting with them as they come in. Truthfully, the thing I want to see is I would love to just mic up Gaston and just have him walk around and have his voice boom all throughout Fantasyland. That sounds like a dream come true to me. But it's going to be a lot of fun to see because from what I've seen of the other theme parks opening, they're doing a good job, but I just know that Disney can add a little bit more pizzazz just because they've been doing it so long, and the characters they have are just the most iconic in the world. Like, people want to see Mickey Mouse. People don't always want to see Optimus Prime. I apologize to any Optimus Prime lovers, but Mickey Mouse, he can shoot fireworks out of his fingers, man. You can't really beat that. Like, sure, you can say the speech of Optimus, but Mickey Mouse, he go boom, boom, and it's.
Optimus can shoot missiles out of his hands.
Mickey can literally fight nightmares, man. You can't even compare that.
This is true.
He fights evil.
The mind.
Imagine if the two joined together, the unstoppable force. That would be a new type of Avengers.
I want Optimus ears that goes like, he's like, Mickey ears.
I want Optimus Prime to have a cameo in Fantasmic. That would be just.
Wouldn't that be something? Take that, Maleficent.
Exactly.
Yeah. Instead of a sword, you just see Optimus show up with his burning sword that he used in. I haven't seen it.
Can we add John Cena to that as well?
As long as John Cena gets to show up with his spinner belt, I think we're good. Incorporating all of the heroes from our fantasy society. I love this. And producer Kurt, assuming that most things get brought back online, I should say, with it. I know that Disney Springs out in Orlando took several attempts, I guess, several iterations before it started to come fully back online and more things started to open up. Opening day was just a handful of things. But assuming that Downtown Disney here in California opens up, is that something that you would make a trip for just to experience, or would you have to have the theme parks too?
I would have to have the theme parks. I live about an hour and a half away from Disneyland, so for me to make a trip out just to basically go to an outdoor mall, even an outdoor Disney mall, I like to have the theme park. Now, if I lived in Orange County, sure, I would definitely go down there. I would experience the time, have some fun, but there's a Void already in Glendale, so if I need to go to Void, I already have a closer one. Have, the Sandwich of Earl or whatever. That's not,
or the Earl of Sandwich, if you will.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
The Sandwich of Earl? Is that not?
The Duke of Sandwichville?
Yeah, the Duke of Sandwich.
Something like that.
The Wesselton?
Weasel.
Weaselton? Yeah,
Yeah.
that one, right? So I don't know. For me, I have to have the theme parks too because the downtown Disney just complements the theme parks for me. So I got to have both.
Completely understood. And it'll be great to see Disneyland coming back online July 17th, just in time for the big 65th anniversary. I'm sure so much more will be coming out in days leading up to the official kickoff as more and more policies, more and more procedures get put in place, not just for health and safety, but also for how they are going to manage the chaos. We look forward to hearing that news very soon.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.